The khutbah was in Halloween.
Nice.
And the khutbah, the engagement was in Thanksgiving.
Allah.
You know, because of my holidays. Because she's off and I'm off from school.
Right.
Right.
So
and then the marriage was January.
MashaAllah.
After المؤتمر.
After it was a convention I attended.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
This is very important. When I do something for her, I do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Right.
And when she does something for me, she does it for the sake of Allah. Meaning that, oh, you did not cook for me today? Well, guess what? I'm not gonna do this for you. Oh, you did not bring me the shopping, I wanted from you? Well, I'm not gonna cook for you. Or something like that. Like it's not like what you're doing to me and I'm doing to you. It's not like that. It is like what I'm doing to satisfy Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, make sure that you marry your daughter to a person who is righteous. Because if you're doing it because satisfy her, then sometimes she may not be satisfied with that. I'm whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Whereas you do with the intention to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you're gonna do your best.
And
because that's you. You are doing that because of who you are.
Yeah.
Because that's your character. Not because he did something or because it wasn't up to par, or it wasn't up to my expectations, that I'm not gonna do.
So it's not exactly it's not a give and take per se. It's
and that's
I'm doing
something
this because I want to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Have a problem with. They have Then we can go on and talk about things that people experience. A lot of people come to him with their problems in their marriage, and then sometimes that's probably, I feel, what makes inshallah our marriage stronger, because he says alhamdulillah we don't have that kind of problem, or what the people experience between each other is so silly. Alhamdulillah we don't have that. Alhamdulillah. Because it's.
We have.
You guys are y'all are bigger than that, if you will.
We have look. People think that again the word perfect. Okay, we had our problems, share of problems. We had our challenges. Raising 4 children, to be adults and to be married and to have kids and all that. It's not easy. I'm not telling you it's a piece of cake. It's like it's like so easy. Yeah, it's like so easy to raise kids. It's so easy to be married. No, there's a lot of issues that you have to go through, and you have to accept that challenge, and you have to change. I've changed a lot. She's changed a lot about a lot of things. There are some habits that maybe didn't change yet. In our life. And we are still working on some of the issues. There are our ups and downs. One day I have $1 in my account. She understands that. And one day I have $10,000 in my account. She understands that.
I understand that.
Seriously, we went through tough times. I remembered one time we did not have money to pay the rent. And we did not have money, for example, to buy this or to buy that. And she said, I understand. Let's work out. But it's not like, we don't have to, what should we do? And we sit around and we just like watching things. No. And she saw that I am a person that active, that I'm a person that I'm like I take the initiative to do things. I work out things. She was my partner all the way. I don't keep anything away from her. She doesn't keep anything from me. We both are like open channel. And I tell you, right? You and the other siblings. And I say, whatever you tell me, she will know about. And whatever you tell her, I will know about. Because we both are in this boat. We both are in this boat.
It's not about teams. It's partnership. It's
because sometimes you want to hear
y'all are on the same team, but not like you want
to hear what the
favoritism
other
or whatever.
person says. Maybe they see a different point of view. They have a an input to it, try to resolve a situation. It's like shura. You listen to this, and you try to take a decision.
The other thing is very important also.
And what's
Never, ever go to bed upset.
I agree 100%.
Never, ever. I'm talking about both of us, not only me or her, both of us. You have to work it out before you go to bed. You have to sit down. He says, "Listen, we're not roommates. Okay, we're
beyond that.
We're beyond that.
Right.
We're beyond that. So you need to tell her, sit down. Listen, let's talk about this. Okay, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. If you're wrong, you're sorry. Okay, and let's move it." And a lot of people say, no, seriously. What?
You didn't.
I'm never wrong?
No.
I'm never wrong?
You didn't.
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
If you're wrong, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry both ways. Now I'm saying a lot of I'm sorries now. Seriously, you learn. You learn from different cultures. Unfortunately, the culture we came from is like men are dominant, meaning that they're never wrong, and that's not right.
Being stubborn or
that's not right.
Passive, not to address an issue that they may be
and
having.
Even the Prophet ﷺ addressed that. One time he told her, he said that, "I know when you are upset with me or not." Now,
who was he talking to?
The Prophet ﷺ was telling Aisha, he was telling her, "I know when you are upset with me." Now, imagine someone is upset with the Prophet ﷺ. Now he said, "Are you kidding me?" Like one time Abu Bakr came to the house and he found out that they were like arguing. And he wanted to go and beat her up. He says, "Are you out of your mind?
This is the
Prophet." So the Prophet told him, No. I did not bring you here so you can do that. I brought you here so you can resolve the issue between me and her. And there is an issue. There was an issue between even the Prophet and his wives.
He is still human. He has to deal with human issues.
Right. So he admitted that. But my point is that he admitted that, and he said, "I know when you are upset with me." She said, "How?" He said, when you say, "Ya Rabbi Muhammad," by the Lord of Muhammad, I know you're okay with me. And then when you say, "Bi Rabbi Ibrahim," and the Lord of Ibrahim, alayhi salam, means that you're upset with me. She said, "The only thing that I'm upset, the only thing is your name. I just move your name, but you are in my heart." So, and unfortunately, in our in our khutbahs and our social gatherings, or even like the halaqah, if we have lectures and all of that, we don't talk about these aspects. We don't talk about how he was in his life, how he was with his wives, how he was with his children.
Nobody talks about how the Rasul Prophet Muhammad was as a husband. Nobody talks about him as a father,
the household,
as a friend.
Right. Baytun Nabuwa is what it boils down to. How was he as a husband, as a human? Before he was a prophet, he was a human. He lived with Khadija radiallahu anha until, from 25 to 40. That's 15 years of marriage before he was a prophet. How was he as a husband? And you just have to deal with issues, try to resolve things, get along. There will be,
right,
times of...
My next question, what did y'all do in times of serious argumentation or dispute, right? How did y'all get through it? What made y'all come together to go over that hill and move forward? Not linger on it, because this immaturity comes with that.
Number one,
you just hang on to a problem, just keep
number one,
right?
Number one, you have to take time. Yes,
take time to cool down.
Like for example,
do
I leave.
not boil.
I leave. She stays home. I leave. Okay.
To clear your mind.
I leave. Right. Number one. Number two, and this is a very serious matter, and I have seen it nowadays. It's happening between young married people, using inappropriate words against each other.
Name calling.
Name calling.
Yeah.
Because
Derogatory name
يعني the Prophet
No
ﷺ
respect
talked about
to-
that it doesn't matter how bad it is, you don't use language,
Right.
you don't curse your partner. The Prophet ﷺ told us, لا تغضب, don't be upset. If you are upset, go out. Just leave the house. And don't leave the house for 3 days, then nobody knows where you're at.
Right.
You know, that would not solve the problem. Because you have a person that is part of you, waiting for you in the house. You know, and the same thing for the wife. She doesn't go around and breaking things around the house to take you know
Or talk
to have
about-
a revenge.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, number 3, and that's the another killer. Okay, do not let this problem leave the house unless you feel. Okay, unless you feel that there's no way out.
It's not resolved. Yeah,
It's not
you
resolved.
probably need somebody to.
So you might call your parents. You might call parents. Do not talk to your friends. Your friends are not your parents. Your friends does not work to connect you back. Most of the friends, they tell you, oh, get rid of her, or get rid of him. Oh, you might get another
You
person.
you need
Or
to-
alhamdulillah, you don't have any kids yet. Get rid of him.
You need to talk to somebody that will do something about the problem, that
Just-
will mediate or, offer a solution.
Right.
Take things objectively, advice. Don't talk to your friends. Your friends are not going to do anything. If you need to vent out, you need to vent out to somebody that will, sit
Talk to a
down.
sheikh. Talk to
and
someone that
answer.
you trust from the imams, that they can really, because most of the time we would like to reconciliate. We like to bring people together, not to divorce people.
We wanna.
Don't go to the coffee shop and you and you talk to your friends about this problem, and then your wife or your husband will find out later that you've been talking about your problem outside the house.
It makes it a lot worse.
And that's what we learn from the seerah. When the Prophet ﷺ came and he asked Fatima radiallahu anha, he said, and that's her father, he said, where is Ali? She said, oh, we had an argument and he left. She said, what about? Tell me. She said, no, I cannot tell you. And that's her father. Because she wants to keep it inside the house. We all have problems, but to contain it, it's very important. I mean, these 3 things are killers. And I mean, especially if you have children. So if you have kids, I mean, what do you think gonna happen to these children when you get divorced or
Broken home.
single
effects,
mothers and
yeah.
I mean, you can go on and on and on, and definitely you need to resolve these issues. And again, we had our issues. I never talked to my parents about our problems. She never talked to her mom or her dad about our problems. We resolved our issues between ourselves.
Right.
If people are not knowledgeable, and I know a lot of people nowadays maybe not knowledgeable, go to the imam. Maybe the imam, the one that you trust, not any imam.
Right.
The imam that you trust, you think that this imam will bring you together again. Marriage by itself is a challenge. Now having children, that's another challenge. Raising your children, that's another challenge. So you move from one challenge to another, and the challenge become bigger and bigger. And then when you are mature, you know how to handle things. And if you don't, ask. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. As those who are knowledgeable, as those who are experienced before you, and they will give you the advice. Rather than, let me try this, let me try that. Don't try things. Base your decision on knowledge, not just culture. The problem is we mix between cultures, and deen, and that's not right.
I would say marriages they have variety of purposes. So it depends on your purpose. It depends on your level of education, social economic status, outlook on life, all kinds of things, you know. And for somebody, maybe it's, you know, satisfying to them that I'll just do my role in the household and I'll be happy. And that's their level, you know. And some people just have different level of marriage. So it depends on what level they are at. If it's satisfying to them, then that's what it is for them.
A lot of challenges that I hear about, and part of the divorces that happen in our community is because of the family.
The parents. Right, the external family. Right.
When you are married, you are not married to your spouse. You are married to her family. You are married to his family. You cannot isolate. I hear people like, you know, I will marry you, but I don't want your mom to be, you know, involved in our life. Then you don't want to get married. Because guess what? And I told this to my wife. I told her, I said, look, I can divorce you, but I cannot divorce my mom. You can divorce me, but you cannot divorce your mom. We cannot. These are our parents.
أصلك يعني you're
Right.
where you came from. Like, that's who you are. You're a product of the combination
Right.
of your parents, and that's what you are. And so when you take in another person, you accept them into the family, and they accept you into the family.
And when they see you, doing that, they will love you more. You know, I mean, her mom, she said, I want to come and visit, but I don't have anybody to come and take me, or like, you know, because she's old. So I said, no problem. I bought a ticket. And I went there, took her with me, brought her here to Dallas. And then when she's done, she said, oh, I want to go back home. I said, okay. I went back with her.
As if she was your mom.
Yes. And she will love you more. In fact, if she goes like, you know, oh, I don't like he's doing this, he will tell her, don't you say anything about him. And vice versa. You know, if you respect her family, which I see a lot of problems also, a lot of issues, that, you know, they say, oh, like, you know, her mom is doing this, her mom is, or his mom.
The typical
Right.
mother-in-law, daughter-in-law conflict that you see sometimes in TV shows.
And the issue of like love, when the mother come and challenge her son or her daughter, she says, oh, so you love your husband more than me. How can you say that? I love my mom in a different way that I love my wife, that I love my kids. The love is totally different. Do not mix. Don't say you love me more than her. Don't do that. Don't say that. Or you love your mother-in-law more than me. No. No. I mean, you cannot, they're not equal.
Right.
You know, I love my mother-in-law. I love my father-in-law. You know, as I love my dad and my mom. You know, and you have to explain that sometimes to her. And she has to explain that to you. But again, we're going back again to what? To the basis, to the basic, to the foundation of the issue. Why am I doing this? Why I'm doing that, all of that? Why is she doing all of this? For who? You know, yeah, for me, I'm doing it for her. But in the end of the day, we're doing it for who? For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To make sure that, look, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask us. The day of judgment, they said, what did you do to your wife? What did you do to your husband? What did you do to your mom, to your dad? You know, when someone tells me like, you know, I will come back to, like, you know, this brother who was like divorced. She said, I talked to the wife. She said, I will come back to my husband if he promised me that his mom will not step a foot in our house. I said, then you don't need to come back. Then you don't need to come back. You know, I cannot get rid of my mom. You know, my mom is my mom. Now we can resolve the issue around it. You know, I mean, again, it's another topic to talk about.
Sure.
But because I'm involved a lot, and of course she is involved a lot with the community, and we hear horrible stories. You know, we hear a lot of stories that it's like I said, I cannot believe these people are Muslims, and they're doing this to each other. You know why? Because the foundation.
It's not there.
It's not there. Do we have problems? Yes. Do we have arguments? Yes. Do we get upset at each other? Yes. But we have that level of respect. We do not go below that.
When you say, you know, marriage, you're equal, and you are the mirror of this person.
This was great, you guys. Alhamdulillah.
If anybody like, you know, really, you just text him, email him. Please, he's still living with us.
Get
I want
out.
to get out of the house.
Yeah, because me and her, we need to go away somewhere.
Alhamdulillah, I really appreciate y'all's time and your knowledge and your wisdom with this. MashaAllah, I'm very happy to have you guys as my parents and to show, I guess, a small token of my appreciation, even though I can be a nuisance sometimes. I did get you guys something for your anniversary. Let me go get it real quick.
Now?
Ticket to
Yeah,
to
cruise?
Frankfurt.
Is it a plane or a ship or?
It's not a plane. It's an airplane.
It's
a
7
Superman.
days. Ah!
What? Did you get it from Turkey? Was that delivered today?
No. So this is a Turkish lamp
Oh
that
my
I
God!
got for you guys.
Is that for the bedroom?
Bedroom, living room, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Oh my goodness.
It is from Turkey, imported.
That's
This
what
is
we're
not
gonna
sponsored
do.
by Bohemian Glow, but you could definitely check them out. I'll put a link in the description if you want to get yourself.
A lamp
This is nice. Look at
It
that.
is. This is our next trip. How did you know that?
Wow, you know.
Inshallah.
Go to Turkey.
Look at the cut glass.
It's 100%
Mosaic.
handmade.
Mosaic.
It's alhamdulillah. I hope
Pretty.
y'all enjoy it.
Does it have the?
Whoops.
Yeah, Allah.
Jazakallah khairan.
Allah barik.
Thank you.
Jazakumullah khairan. Love it. Love y'all. Y'all know that. You know
There's something in my eyes.
Oh, waterworks, yeah.
Oh, you're so thoughtful, mashallah alaik. Always in the forefront to bring
Yeah.
gift.
Jazakallah khairan. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and I hope y'all benefit as much as I have, of course. I'm super honored and lucky to have these guys as my parents, alhamdulillah. If y'all like this video and share it with your friends, definitely, and leave comments down below, definitely I will bring them on to the channel and we can talk more about a variety of topics that will be of interest to you guys, inshallah. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. If y'all enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe as always. Make sure you share it with all your friends and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.